there and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be trying out a super affordable eyeshadow palette that I got from AliExpress. Okay, so this palette is made by a brand called ROTO. So I've never heard of them before, and I've definitely not tried any of their other products, because if I had I would have heard from them. Let me just change why I said that. Okay, you ready? So I've never heard of this brand before, and I've definitely never tried any of their products. Oh my gosh, honestly. You know what? I was editing a video last night and I was thinking to myself, because I was deleting something stupid I said. And I was thinking, I wish that in real life I could edit myself in live, because I say so many stupid things, or I stutter because I'm so nervous, or I get brain fog and I just can't think of the word that I want to say. So in my videos sometimes I can't really think of the word that I really want to use, and there'll be a bit of maybe 6-second gap, and I'll just kind of delete the gap so that it looks like, my brain is functioning, as it should. And I was just thinking, God, I wish I could do that in real life, but real life isn't perfect, so, oh well. Anyway, back to the palette, seriously. So, as I said, this is by the brand ROTO. This cost me £2.58. I was just having a quick look, just to, kind of jog my memory, because let's face it, my memory always needs some jogging. And they do sell this same £10 palette in a few different colour stories. They have one which was all about the shimmers, all shimmers, the shimmers as far as the eye could see. It was a party of shimmers. They had the most beautiful looking cool tone palette, which if the quality of this is good, I'm definitely going to be getting the cool tone one, because it looks so gorgeous. They also had more of a everyday natural subtle brown themed palette, and yeah, I can't remember any of the other palettes they had, but all of them looked so beautiful. So today we're just going to be trying this out, creating an eye look, and I will let you know what my thoughts are as we are journeying along. So just to give you a closer look of the eyeshadow palette, we have 6 mattes, and we have 3 shimmers, and in this one in the corner is a chunky glitter, which I swatched this in the haul video and I was just mesmerised, because it's one of those kind of products that you're not really going to use on the daily, but it just looks so magnificent, just put a bit on your hand and just admire it for a second. Yeah, I really like the look of that, and I'm going to really try and use that one today. I think the colour story is really, really nice, but part of me wishes I'd just got the cool tone palette, because when I look at the pictures now, I'm thinking, oh, the cool tone palette looks like the better option, but I went for this one, so it's fine. We still love us a movie friend, we do. I have done the rest of my face. I've put primer on my lids, so we're ready to rock and roll. Also, just one final thing to mention before we start to get this on my eyes. The mattes actually don't feel 100% like mattes. They're very soft, silky, very cream-like. They don't really feel like your traditional powder. They're just very soft, kind of very smooth. And I'm expecting that they're going to be really easy to blend. Okay, so guys, we're going to jump in today, and I'm going to start with this shadow right here, which is the lightest shade in the palette. I'm just going to be popping this just above my crease, kind of up towards my brow. I mean, the downside of very creamy shadows though is that sometimes they don't work as well with a brush. I do find that really creams are best used with your fingers, honestly, because if you think of a cream blusher, just think of the difference between applying a cream blush with a sponge, a finger, and then a brush. And you probably go for either your finger or sponge. Okay, so this is blending absolutely effortlessly. I have no doubts whatsoever that it's not going to take any effort or hardship to make these shadows look so beautiful. The only downside obviously is that we're not getting that much pigment, so I feel like it could be a long process, dipping in, applying, dipping in, applying, but I have time. We have time. Well, I have time. Do you have time? You may not have time. I do. Anyway, I'm taking my hair down because I'm not liking how my hair's looking. I'm really pissed off with my hair at the moment, if I'm being honest. I just feel like I'm not looking my usual fabulous self. I'm just going to pop this like into the inner corner bit as well. And I'm just going to take it like out this way. I'm not really too concerned about being messy or going overboard or anything, because this shadow, it just blends so beautifully. I can literally just go like that. Okay, so I'm really liking how that's looking, and it was super easy like to get here. I would definitely say that if you struggle with kind of blending powder eyeshadows, definitely opt for like creamier kind of formulas, because like they are just like the easiest to blend. Of course, the only downside, because there's always a downside, is that you're probably not going to get so much pigmentation, but what you do get is going to look really natural and just like really beautiful. So next I'm going to go in with this shade here, which is it's kind of like a mauvey shade, and then I think I'm just going to like work my way along this top row. So with this shadow, I'm going to focus it lower down within the crease. So I'm going to be going kind of into the eye socket, and I'm going to be kind of blending it just a bit lower than the previous shadow. Okay, so I am finding that I do keep having to like, you know, kind of dip into the pan again just to pick up more of the product to really kind of get the colour to show. Even though like the blending itself is like a lot less effort, it's kind of a lot more time consuming, because you do have to like really keep packing on more of the product to really get the kind of shade to, you know, come through. But I must say, like, it's looking like a treat. It's a very natural treat. Very kind of understated, but a treat nonetheless. But you can see, like, I've already dipped in about 4 times. And although you can kind of see the slight difference in shades, that first shade was more pink, whereas this one is more of like a mauvey. There's a little bit more kind of maybe purple to it. Yeah, for the amount that I have like dipped back into the pan, you would maybe expect it would be a little bit more noticeable. But I mean, it's a strange one. Like, if you didn't have a lot of time on your hands, then you could just probably go like, should we test it? Should I go in with my finger? Right, I'm going in with my finger. It's very soft. There we go. You can barely see it, can you, on my finger even? But I imagine that if I were to use my fingers, we would probably get to where we wanted to be much faster. Right, so I've kind of added as much of that shade as I want to add, and you can definitely see, you know, in comparison with the other eye. Yeah, I've done enough. I'm going to go in with the darker shade in a minute, but I'm just going to bring this one up to the same level as the other one, because I don't want it to feel left out. Oh my gosh, no. Okay, so next we're going to, I'm kind of tempted just to go in with like the deepest shade at this point, because I don't know how much deeper this shade is going to look than this shade, you know, once it's actually on the eye. I know that, you know, if you compare the 2 pans, it does look considerably deeper, but do you know what, let's give it a go. Okay, I'm here to test the palette. Let's not be a lazy ass, I mean really. So I'm going to pick up a different brush. These are the You Can Be brushes, and I really love these. I definitely recommend. The more that I use them, like, the more I love them. I think they're like a pair of shoes. You know, you got to kind of wear in the shoe a bit, and then once you kind of worn it in and it's kind of molded to your foot, oh my gosh, like, best shoe ever. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go into this shade first, because I am kind of intrigued to see, you know, what she's going to give us. Just going to kind of pat it down here in the outer V, and then I will take it kind of up into the crease. Yeah, I mean, I can't really see much of a difference, but I'm not giving up that easy. I'm just going to persist a bit. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to focus this just like literally in the eye socket, because with the shade that we used previous, I actually ended up taking that, you know, quite high up. So yeah, this one will be like focused in the socket. Do you know what? I actually really like that, and I mean, I hold my hands, but I was completely wrong. You can definitely see the impact that that shade has. It's just kind of transformed the look from she's subtle to wowza-wee. Look who's just come in the room. I really, really love that. Do you know what? I love it so much. I'm going to pop it under the eye. Oh my gosh, like I cannot emphasize enough how easy these shadows are to blend. Like, they're so easy. Like I said, if you are a fan of like quick, easy makeup that is, you know, not going to be high maintenance, not going to require like all of your attention, you know, if you wanted a palette that you could kind of be creating a look with, but at the same time coaching your kids' football team, like you could do that with this, because you don't really need to give it a huge amount of attention, because any mistakes you make, I mean, are not going to be that bad, honestly. Oh my gosh, like look at how easily this is blending. I actually think that the cool tone palette will be a really, really interesting palette, because the shadows actually look fairly like deep and intense. I think you could create a real kind of cool, kind of gothic-y look with that palette. I think I'm definitely going to give that one a go. I don't have enough cool tone palettes, is how I justify continuing to buy cool tone palettes. I mean, I think I've been saying that about 6 cool tone palette purchases ago. Right, so guys, this is the look. So I'm next going to go in with the deepest shade, which is actually a brown shade. It's kind of like a cool tone brown. So I am going to be popping this just in this outer V area here. And I'm just going to take it in a tiny bit just to create some drama. So I'm just kind of patting this on to begin with, just getting into the where I want it to go. And now I'm just going to blend. But I'm going to try and keep this focused on that outer V area. I'm so sorry, like, if it's a little bit dark in my makeup room today. It's just, like, generally a grey, cloudy, horrible day outside. And even though I've got my ring light on, but only slightly, I can still see the difference in how I'm looking on camera. So I'm actually considering moving back into the bedroom, you know, for my filming. I know there's some of you guys who have watched me like from the very beginning. I know that you were saying how you kind of preferred when I was filming from my bedroom, because it just seemed a bit more kind of maybe organic, a bit less kind of structured, like because let's face it, like this, all of this in the background has been put here to look good, like on shot. And I know you're probably thinking, when it looks shit. I know it kind of does, doesn't it? Everything's too clumped together, and I know it's a bit, there's too much happening. So, and I get what you mean. It's a little bit like, oh, just not as like, you know, organic as being in the bedroom with my bra, with knickers hanging on the radiator. So I don't know, I'm like kind of considering it at the moment. I am. What do you think? Like, let me know in the comments. You never know, by the time this video goes up, I may have already moved. But still, let me know your thoughts anyway. Okay, so this is like an angled brush. So I'm kind of going in with the angle kind of, you know, pointed out to try and create a little bit of shape with my eye. It's easier said than done though, if I'm being honest. It was easier on the other eye, and then I thought, oh, I'll let everyone know what I'm doing, and now I'm showing you on this eye and it just looks like a fucking shit show. So oh my gosh, guys, you'll be so proud of me. So at my son's match today, like I was actually shouting things, and I'm an introvert, I'm very shy, and I don't really know anything about football. I've learned a lot since my kids have been playing, but I still don't feel like I know things enough to be one of those shouty parents. But today I just thought, do you know what? I'm in the middle of a storm. There's a fence panel behind me that's literally about to decapitate me. I am being blown into oblivion. I'm going to start shouting shit. So I did. I was like, and again, which is what I've heard people shout a lot. And bring it forward. And then I was like, cross it. I don't know if I was using them in the right context, but I was like, yes. It felt kind of good. I was like, this is fun. Oh, there's a horse going past outside. Like, of course there is. Like, the horse is just wandering past. I live in the city. What? This is the look, and I'm very, very pleased with it. I just found this palette to be an absolute pleasure, honestly, to use. But we're not finished yet. Oh no, we've got the glamour, the extravaganza to go. So just before we move on to the glamour and the extravaganza, I am going to go in with the lightest shade in the palette, and just using my finger, I'm just going to like pop a little bit under my brow just to give me a little bit of maybe something under there, maybe not. I literally cannot try and get across enough how soft and creamy these shadows are. Do you think that's made any difference? Like, I should have just probably done one eye first and then we could have compared, but no, this is me we're talking about. Nothing makes sense at all. And you know what? I probably wouldn't want it to. I've made it this far in life, you know, being a bit zany. So, like, why change now? Okay, so we're ready for the shimmers. And I think as my base, I'm actually going to go for this deepest one. Or am I? Okay, let's try this one. And then we'll put that one. Right, okay, so these are the 3 shimmers. We have this one. We have this one. And we have this one. Oh my gosh, which dish should we go for? I was not expecting that one to look as kind of peachy as it does. I thought, like, that one's that one. Oh my gosh, actually, yeah, I suppose it does look a bit peachy. I don't know if I want peachy on my lid today. Do you know what? I'm going to go in with the pink one to begin, because I figure that, you know, if we don't like it, we can always go over it with another shade. And I am definitely going to be using my finger to apply this. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. It definitely does have like micro glitters in, but it looks really good. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Oh, guys, I have to say, like, so far this palette is a solid 8 out of 10 for me. I think it's so good. Like, even when I swatched these shimmers, I honestly wasn't thinking they looked that great. I was a bit disappointed, but it looks fantastic. I don't know which shade on the lid I'm actually using it, because I think I may have dipped into both. No, I'm using the pink. Okay, back in again. That looks so good. That looks so good. It's undeniable. You cannot deny it. And do you know what? Even though you can see the glitter in there, like, I wouldn't say it's micro glitter. I'd say, like, it's fairly obvious. I'm not hating it, because it takes on this beautifully kind of modest but sparkly look. And I really like that. If I slowly just move my face, I hope that you can maybe just see the glitter. The little glitter bits sparkling away. Do you know what? I really love that. So, guys, we are going to finish off today with the chunky glitter, because I cannot use her. Would I use her, like, say, if I was, you know, maybe headed off to the office? Probably not, but I'm filming a video today and I'm living my very best makeup lifestyle, so we're going to try her. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that. It kind of looks like ultraviolet. You know, those kind of purple particles just look like neon. I mean, you can see why I was blown away by this, can't you? It just looks electric. Ooh, wow. And I do really like the look we've got, so I don't want to, like, go overboard with this, because it will definitely take the look in a completely different direction. But I'm going to go overboard. Oh, yes, I am. I want to go overboard. Yeah, unashamedly, we're going overboard. Oh my gosh. Yes, overboard is the way forward. Can you see that? It looks so good. The only thing that I don't really like about this chunky glitter is, you know, whatever it's mixed with, like the mixing agent, because it feels a bit like Vaseline. So if you imagine, like, putting Vaseline, you know, onto your eyelids, it feels a tiny bit sticky. And just a little bit strange. But I mean, you know, what can you do, I suppose, other than it not being mixed with any kind of like sticking agent? You'd have to go in with, like, your own glitter glue, which would end up probably being a bit sticky and annoying anyway. Or you just end up with the glitter fall out all down your face. Oh, hey, girl. Oh, Luna, you're such a cute girl. She just came. Do you want to come up? You're coming up on the chair. Come on. Okay, Okay, so guys, this is the eye look, and I have to say I am so happy with it. Like I could not be more happy with it, and I would not change anything. I think it was just so easy to use, and I love the look that we've got. Yes, it took time building everything up, dipping back in, dip, 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 dip. I feel like all I've done for the last half an hour is dip, 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 but it's so worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and do my mascara, and then I'll be back to show you the very final look. Okay, so I am back. I applied a different lipstick, and I also just applied my mascara and a blush that was also like a highlighter. So I applied a few different things, but I just wanted to show you the final look. I absolutely love it. And you know what, I know I was going on about like you dip, 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 making a big like fuss of the dipping, but in all reality, like this look took me less than half an hour. You know, everything like all in all, if you took out all of my incessant talking. Yeah, I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm not bigging myself up saying, oh yes, the work I did was a masterpiece. Like, I don't mean like that, but I just mean I really like this look. I've thought it was like super easy to achieve, and when you consider like, oh my gosh, this palette is £2.58. How do they create this for such a small amount of money? It's kind of worrying really if you've actually probably think of it with a critical mind. You think, how can they? I don't know. How can they? And they make a profit. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole today, although I kind of think I should. Like, how do they make these for £2.58? Now I'm worried. But, okay, anyway, sticking with the palette, I love it. I think that's clear to see. I would definitely recommend this if you're a fan of like movie, very like easy to work with eyeshadow palettes. I could have used just my fingers and got a nice look as well. So yeah, I really recommend. I also am so intrigued to try the, I mean honestly, like you could probably buy like all 4 palettes for, oh my god, now I have to actually do some maths. For under £15, you could buy all 4. I noticed how I didn't actually work it out. I just kind of rounded it up. Under 15, yes, we'll go with that. But yeah, anyway, guys, I am going to go about my day now. Why do YouTubers say that? I'm going to go about my day now. Like, when have you ever said that actually to anyone? I don't think I've ever uttered those words to anyone in person. But I am going to go about my day now because I was going about my day before, apparently, whatever that means. But I hope that you have a fantastic rest of the day, whatever it is you're doing. And thank you as always for spending this time with me today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. I just noticed how squeaky my fucking chair is. Can you hear that? Have you been hearing that all the way through, thinking, what the actual fuck? How rude. You think I was trumping? Now I'm worried that everyone's been thinking I've been trumping away throughout the video. It sounds like something I would do, honestly, but anyway.